See, look at this graph. My goodness. This literally looks like the building blocks that my daughter plays with at home. $74.97 minus 50%. Yeesh. Really good shoe, especially for that price. That's absolutely insane. Alright, so looks like they already got these for me, but check this out. They're already putting them up at the register. So they got these Ultra Boost. They are $74.97 minus 50%. Yeesh. Super good. Let's load all these up. So yeah, there's like, let's count that bin. There's 4, 8, 12. Okay, so this is one of those SKUs you don't even check. You just throw it in the cart. I mean, for that price, not gonna have any issues. Even though that's gonna be a grab at that price as well. Just gotta come back. So this episode, we're gonna go over SellerAmp. What is a buy, what's not a buy, okay? What I look at in SellerAmp to determine if something is a buy or not. So these shoes we're gonna get for about $35. So this is just the initial check, right? This box up here, this is what everybody shows on social media. This is not what determines if I buy it or not, okay? This determines if I'm gonna continue to look. So when I put the buy cost in of $35, it's selling currently for the buy box currently is $109. It says I'm gonna make $48.05. That intrigues me. That means I'm gonna continue to look. This right here is probably the most important part. This is the Keepa charts, the graphs. Whenever you hear me talk about the graphs, that's gotta be the most important part. So this pink line is the price. What I like to see in the price is that it's steady. It's a straight line as possible. It's not very spiky up and down, because that would mean that the price is shooting up or shooting down, which we don't like. As we can see, this one's pretty consistent. It's consistent right around $110. It did go down to 77, but I mean, you want to price your stuff at the consistent number, not the low or the high, at the consistent number.
The listing just exploded.
So it's on its own now? Just that? Is it just that size or what size?
Yeah, they all separated.
I think I'm still buying them, man. So that price being consistent is a definite good sign. Next thing, we want to check the sellers. Make sure that people are actually selling out. Now, I know that this was probably gate. Not going to worry too much about that, but yes, the seller movement is not just up. It's up and down. People are selling out. The item is selling. The rank is good, which means it's on a good listing, okay? That doesn't mean that this specific shoe is a 9K rank, but the listing that it's on is a 9K rank. There's probably, other shoes on this listing, like an all black or a black and white or an all white. Those are probably the ones that are pushing the most volume. Kind of what I like to say is you just have to use common sense. If a casual person were to walk into a store, more than likely they're gonna buy an all white or an all black before they buy this color. There's gonna be some people that do prefer this color, that they like it, but the majority of people like all blacks and all whites. Even some of these other colors, like this pink, this is a great color that I know women would like for sure. But you just have to have common sense with yourself. Like, sometimes I'll walk into a store. Let me give an example. This shoe, for example. This shoe in a men's section. This is a pretty funky color, okay? I mean, it's got some greens, it's got some blacks, it's got some whites. But if they had this shoe in an all black or an all white, this color is not going to be a person's first choice. Another example, right? The creamsicle color is not going to sell as fast as the white and black. Some people will like the creamsicle, but majority of people are gonna buy the white and black. What'd you get there? Oh, some personals.
They're all 30s.
No.
The listing isn't that good, but I'm taking over that.
Okay, so the listing's not good. So look, let's use this as an example. Another thing I like to look at, guys, this is just me. I don't know if everyone does this, but I've showed this to Jacob in the past. I don't know if he's a believer or not. But sometimes I just look at the listing and see like what sellers are on the listing. You can see the review count, and some of these sellers are, you're gonna know, more common than other. Gadget Jungle, your boy's on here. And then look, if you look at all of these people, they're all big Amazon sellers, huge Amazon sellers with tons of reviews. That's a good sign, because those people know what they're doing. They know what to buy and what not to buy. So when you look at a listing, now this is not always true, okay? But for the most part,
They're just people.
They're just people just like you and I, right? But for the most part, if you can look at a listing and every single person on the listing is a big Amazon seller, it should tell you a little something that you're probably in the right direction of making a good buy. Now we got these blue golf shorts. Retail was $65. We're gonna get these for like $12. They're all size 30, which is not a good size for men's shorts. It's just a little small. If you're a 30 out there, shout out to you. Another thing I don't like is the reviews. The reviews on this thing are pretty bad. There's only 14 reviews. There's only 14 reviews, which usually is not good. And there's just not that many reviews. So we're gonna get these for what? 11, let's say? Right around 11?
Yep.
So we're gonna make $13 profit, over 100%. So I mean, it's gonna be worth it.
And it's about to be, and it's spring, about to be summer.
Yeah, we're about to be in this. We're in the season for these already currently.
It's the season.
And it looks like the lowest they have gone, someone marked them down to, someone went down to $36. So let's put these at 36. Worst case scenario, still about 100% ROI. The price is still pretty consistent. There is a little hiccup right here where one individual just slammed the price, but overall it's pretty consistent. Also the rank is pretty consistent. Then let's come down, look at our sellers. See, this person's a little newer, but there's still some pretty top people on the listing. Also Amazon is on the listing. You want this sales rank number to look like this. You want the sales rank to look as close to a straight line as possible. That's the green line, okay? That means it's consistently selling at that price. Both of the straighter these two lines are, the better. Let me find something that's not good on Amazon. Now this is an example of not the best color. Iridescent Adidas sign, green, yellow.
Ugly shoe.
I wouldn't call it ugly, Jacob, because some people might like it, but I would call it a different shoe. It's definitely gonna take a equestrian buyer to enjoy that one. But so yes, let's look at the example of a bad listing. So you could see off the rip, within the last 90 days, the price went from 144, and then one person jumped on the listing and said, nah, we good, and they dropped it down to 105. So the listing got tanked. And look at these loops. The loops on this one are big loops in the sales rank, which means it is not selling that fast. We go down, we have my boy Carlos. Shout out to Barlos in the chat. He probably got him for a little bit cheaper. He probably got him for $25. At $25, I might take the risk on those. See, look at this graph. My goodness. This graph is just hideous. This literally looks like the building blocks that my daughter plays with at home. The price is breaking up. Sometimes it means it's selling out. Maybe they're selling out. Maybe they're just so good. Guys, I'm gonna phone a friend. Ooh, look at this one. Look at the pink line. This is what I mean, guys, by like...
And look at the sellers.
It's gonna be Carlos.
Doesn't move.
Guys, I'm gonna phone a friend. I'm gonna call Carlos. I'm gonna tell him to show me his sales. But look, he probably got them for cheaper than this. Remember they had the $25 sale? So like this pink line is just shooting down like a comet ready to destroy Earth, if you can see. So the price started at 150 and then like a roller coaster shot down to like 105. So it's just not consistent. It probably could and will still sell. It's just not a consistent enough looking graph for me to want to buy. So this is an example of a slow mover. So we see that the price is consistent by seeing that the pink line is pretty much straight across, right? But this graph is a little more loopy. Now, that doesn't mean that it's not selling. It just means that it's selling a lot slower. So in this case, I'm only gonna buy the shoe, which happens to be this NMD right here. I'm only gonna buy this if the profit margin is worth it. So in this case, we're gonna buy it for about $25 after all of our discounts. And that means I make over 100% ROI. So because I'm making over 100% ROI, I can afford to wait a little bit for these to sell out. Now, when I say they're gonna take a little bit longer, we're getting like, how many pairs of NMDs you think? Like 10? Let's say we're getting 10 each. So I'm still, with this type of graph, expecting those 10 NMDs to sell within 90 days. I still think that as long as we stay up on them and making sure that they're priced appropriately, that they're still gonna sell within 90 days, even with the little more ugly graph. And I don't know about you, but I don't know any stocks that can get you 100% return on investment in 90 days. How about you?
Nope.
Jacob is heavily thinking about these singlets. While he's thinking about them, I'll give you guys my perspective on them.
15.
One, I think that, look, there's a lot of them here. This is not the higher end singlet. If it was the higher end one, the over $100 singlet, I would be all in at this price. Because it's the medium tier one, the majority of people that are going to be buying this are more casual runners. Someone that just came into the store and is like, oh, I want to get a tank top for running. I'm just going to grab this. I'm not going to pretend to know the difference between this singlet and the higher end singlet because I have no idea. But this is not on Amazon. He wants to sell it on eBay. It comes out to about $11.50, $11.75 probably. So he's gonna have to sell it for what the store is trying to sell it for, about 25 to 30.
40.
Oh, he thinks he's gonna sell it for 40. Now he wants to buy. Also, they have 50 of them.
How much?
And granted, it's one listing. It's easy to list. You're gonna steal a picture off the internet. You don't have to do all that. But
$500. Disrespect money.
$500 he thinks he's gonna make. In how much do you think? How long do you think it's gonna take these to sell? Realistically, don't.
2 years.
Yeah. See, so for me personally, he has a whole bin set up. Maybe he'll send me a picture and I can flash the picture up on the screen. But he has a whole bin set up at his house. I do not, and I do not want to store these for 2 years. I don't want to put these in any sort of bin. I got into Amazon, so things
I'll bag these up and bin them and let them cook.
I got into Amazon so that things like this do not take over my house. So he doesn't care, but I don't want these taking over my home, so they will stay here for me. But if he wants them, he can. But hey, let's finish this off by saying if you have any questions about SellerAmp, please leave your questions that you have about SellerAmp in the comment section below. Just a little recap of the day. We did end up getting 50 pairs of these Ultra Boosts. Really good shoe, especially for that price. That's absolutely insane. Also ended up getting these NMDs. Just a classic colorway. Like I said, they're gonna sell on Amazon, maybe not as fast as the Ultra Boost are gonna sell, but definitely still gonna sell at a decent pace. I didn't really know how to do this video, so sorry if it's a little out of whack or confusing. But any questions you do have about SellerAmp, I will be answering in the comment section down below. This is another shoe we picked up today, Stan Smith all black. Picked these up before. It's a bread and butter shoe. They just happen to have more in stock, so we got those. But overall, really good day. I got more in the store waiting for me, so I'm gonna get back to it. Really appreciate you guys for watching. Have a good one.